I say, so before I forget, today, Mars in retrograde until February 24th. So I'm definitely going to need to look more into that, but that's starting today. From my understanding of it, it's supposed to be a good time, though. But I will do more research and get back to that. If you guys know anything about it, as always, feel free to chime in and educate me. I'm open. All right, so I pulled some cards really quick. Hey, guys. I'm here to motivate you as always, and there's a high pitch in my ear. Here to give you the message. All right. Ace of Cups, outpouring, new beginnings, and that's been the theme this entire time. Yes, we're supposed to have new beginnings, new relationships, new romance, love, happiness, joy, conception, fertility, pregnancy, celebrations, opening your heart and feeling an upsurge in feelings and socializing. That's the plan. Yes, here's the part where I'm just like, come on, guys, please, please. You know that this is what's happening. No, it might not be instantly manifesting 111, even though that is what that means. It doesn't literally mean it's going to drop in your lap right now. It means that the work that you are doing right now is going to help you in the immediate future. That you're not going to have to wait very long for it, but it's not like you're waving a literal magical wand and all of a sudden $1 million is just going to pop up in your lap, because that's not how this works. Yes, all of this stuff I've been talking about is going to happen. That is what's next year is supposed to be about. 2025. Give yourself some grace. Give yourself a break. Rest. And stop obsessing so much on the change happening. And just believe that it's going to happen. Accept it. And focus on the here and now. That's what these cards are about. And that's why I'm just like, come on, guys. Come on. Anxiety, 9 of Swords, anxiety, fear, breaking point, terror, negativity, deep unhappiness, stress, burden, overwhelming, a breaking point, inability to cope or face life, mental anguish, guilt, regret, remorse, focusing on the past, guys, focusing on that past. You got to let that go. You got to let it go and start working on yourself. Subject of gossip. Some of you guys may have people in the background gossiping about you. Who cares though, right? Because if you're focusing on yourself, you don't really care what other people are saying. If they want to waste their time focusing on you, that's their business. Less time of them focusing on themselves and what they should be doing with themselves and accomplishing what they need to for themselves. If they want to focus on you and tune into the show that is your life, then fuck it. Sign up the subscribers. That's the advice I got for you. But get out of that anxiety and that fear. I know it's a time right now for many of you guys, you're stressed out because of the holiday. You may feel overwhelmed thinking about finances and things like that. Reference my reading talking about dialing it back. I think it was called When We Were Young or something like that. Dial it back this year. You have the ability to take some of the stress and the burden off of yourself. You just need to get together with some people, 333 Ascended Masters, excuse me, get together with some people and tell them, you know, I'm at my breaking point right now. I'm having a hard time coping with what's going on right now. There's a lot of mental health happening. This is seasonal depression time, so that may be something that's hitting some of you guys. Like, look at this. That person is in despair. If that's you and you're sitting with this kind of emotion by yourself, please don't. Reach out to people. If you have a support system, do that. If you don't, tap into your spirit team. Lean on your faith at this time, but do what you need to do. Do not get stuck in remorse and regret and feel guilt about whatever's happening right now, especially if it's about some gossip. Next card, 5 of Swords, defeat. So there's conflict, loss, betrayal, attention, dishonor, ego. Your ego may be involved right now. Or you may be dealing with someone that has a really big ego and creating some conflict in your life, betraying you in some way, creating tension. This could be your energy, or this could be the energy that is causing you to feel this despair. Take it as it resonates. It's either your energy and you're not letting it go, or a person with this energy that is making you feel like this because you are not letting them go. Either way, you have the power in both of those choices. You have the power to figure out what you need to do, shifting your perspective or shifting some things around in your life so you don't feel so unhappy and overburdened, or you have the power to remove the person that's making you feel like that. You have that power. You have multiple swords in your hand. Come on now, don't let the conflict take over. There's some manipulation going on, an energy that they're willing to give victory at any cost. So that kind of sounds like an outside person. There's some hostility, some resentment, maybe either pointed at you, or you may have some resentment towards this person. There's unethical behavior, maybe a confrontation happening or has happened. And this could be an inner confrontation. 555, some big changes with you having that self-evaluation for yourself, that reflection. And there was a card from the Ruin deck that talked about it. Specifically, to paraphrase, one of the questions it said for you to ask yourself is basically, do you contribute to the problems in your life? Like, is there something that you did or something that is in your behavior that contributed to your past, basically, to the situations that you put yourself into? Because yes, we put ourselves into them. Even if there's situations that we feel were done to us by other people, we chose to be in that moment, in that time, around those people more often than not. So yes, situations we chose to put ourselves into, that's all like coming to a head right now with many of the collective right now. Some of you guys have already dealt with this and you're like, no, on to the next. I got the message. I don't need another repeat of the cycle. I learned all the lessons. I'm going to take the advice, rest, live in the moment, and focus on myself. Believe that what's meant for me is going to come to me because I'm in my high priestess energy. Some of you guys, see? She's telling you, be in your high priestess energy. She's my deity cat. So yes, confirmation from her to be in your high priestess energy. Do not allow yourself to fall into defeating your own self or letting other people feel like they've defeated you. Let them sit over there with their own manipulation and their ego. Confirmation. If that's the energy, if it's your energy or it's someone else's energy, you got to let that shit go, because if you don't surrender, you're going to have internal power struggles or power struggles with this other person. Like I said, there's a confrontation of some type happening. 747. That's a palindrome. 7, the number for you. 4, number for angels and protection. So maybe the angels are intervening at this time to help you save yourself from yourself, protect you and divinely guide you or intervene you out of a situation because you don't see that it's not the best for you. Or you may know that it's not the best for you, but you're fearful because there's a lot of that happening right now. Like I said, fear. And you're very much in your head right now. That's what's creating the turmoil and the unhappiness. You're just the head and the heart. They're battling each other right now. 828, once again, abundance and soul ties. If you want that abundance with your soul ties, then you got to come to a place where you're not letting this energy defeat you, making you bitter, humiliation. Hopefully not having someone in your life that tries to humiliate you, is only interested from a self-interest perspective, aggression, recklessness, disagreement, isolation, and revenge. So like I said, this could also have to do with you guys that still need to do the shadow work. These are shadow side behaviors. So if you haven't done the shadow work, because we all have a shadow side, if you haven't done the shadow work, 909, by the way, get to work now, light workers, any steps, small steps, new beginnings. So that may be something. Do the small steps now so you can have the new beginnings. Too much isolation is not a good thing. Do not seek revenge on people. The best revenge is working on yourself and moving forward and having a good future. Having all the things we're supposed to have. Let other people argue with themselves. Let them be bitter. Let them humiliate themselves. If there are people like that and they just live in that state, eventually they will burn their own bridges. People will see them for who they are eventually. Just let them go and focus on yourself. The next one, another card where I'm just like, come on, guys, please. So the other night we had this, but it was in the upright. This morning we have it and it's in the reverse. It's the Ace of Wands. So as I mentioned, hesitant, missed opportunities, wasted talent and potential, infertility. And we're supposed to be going into a time of fertility, babies, and inspiration of ideas and collaborations with business partners, and just fertile with life and possibility and love. Well, this Ace of Wands is obviously another wake-up call for you guys that are still on the fence and being indecisive, knowing what you need to do, but still in your head about stuff, or way too much in your heart, and then knowing that, you know, that's probably not the best. But you have to figure that balance out for yourself. You have to make sure you're not living too much in one or the other. It's okay to follow your heart, but be practical about it, because sometimes our heart doesn't always necessarily lead us to the best place. And that has to do with relationships especially. You can love that person all you want to. You could give them everything. But sometimes that's enabling them. 1111, instantly manifesting a cycle of behavior between you and that person to where they're not going to change because they know that you're just going to continuously keep accepting whatever they're going to do. So you love them, but you're hesitant and basically leaving them with their own boat. As mentioned, it's capsizing, and you don't want to leave them. You want to help them pick up a bucket and bail out the water and help them save their boat. But at this time, the cards, spirit, myself, everything for a while has very much been in a, I know that's what you may want to do. Of course, you're an empath. That's what empaths do. We care about other people. We care about the world because we know how it feels, and we don't want another person to feel that way. But sometimes the best way for someone to change is to feel that way. I'm sure each and every one of you have had your tower moment. Something drastic happened to you in your life that made you change, reroute, go down a new direction, and start a journey to where you are now sitting here and listening to me. Don't waste all that time and effort that you put into rebuilding yourself and being what you want to be and having the future that you want to have because you are being hesitant and you're missing out on opportunities because you're wasting your talent or your potential, either because you don't want to act and be your authentic self, or you're missing out on an opportunity because you're putting that time and that effort into someone else that you know is not going to be reciprocating that relationship. It's going to make you cycle into their stuff. So, you know, you've been feeling this way. You feel the energy. I don't need to break it down to you guys. You know what's going on in your life, and you know exactly if this applies to you or if this is someone else, or if it even applies to you at all. Like I said, take it as it resonates. Last card. So this gave me some hope. Abundance. The Queen of Pentacles. So still very much in your regal energy. And this is money, because I know that that is something that a lot of you guys are out there stressing about. Like I said, especially around this holiday time. Very materialism time right now. Especially with the new year too. It's all glitzy and glamorous, and everybody's living their best life and drinking champagne and going to all the parties. Yes, December and January are very materialism, very flashy, and what's the newest thing, who can outdo everybody, who's gonna have the best year coming up. Do not let yourself fall into that. You're in competition with no one. You're in competition with the person that you were yesterday. Try every day just to be a better version of yourself. Work on yourself. Focus on yourself and your relationships that you want to nurture, taken into the future with you, because you are still very much in that Queen of Pentacles energy. You have the possibility of this stuff happening, of this outpouring and new beginnings. The cups are there. The table has been there, sitting there waiting. 1444. Angels helping you to instantly manifest and lending you their protection. The table has been set. The place settings are there. The china is out, the cups are set, and they're just waiting to pour whatever you want to drink into it. It's there. The new beginning is there. Everything you can think of, everything that you wanted is there. Like I said, you are very much in your Queen of Pentacles energy. So don't you think that you deserve to have a beautiful cup to drink out of? Maybe have somebody bring it to you for a change. So the Queen of Pentacles, yes, abundance, fertility. And in order to have that fertility, because I remember there was a card, I was just looking at it. Yes, the Ace of Wands in reverse that says infertility. So if you want this Queen of Pentacles energy, which is fertility, then you need to stop hesitating. You're going to miss that opportunity. And that opportunity is this Queen of Pentacles right here. Do you want it or not? Fertility, prosperity, sensuality, responsibility, creativity, wealth, common sense, nurturance, someone concerned with the welfare of others, a capable woman, and this is an energy, not a person, a capable person who is both a mother or a nurturing person and a business person. So that means, like I said, you can get out there, you can do what you need to do in the world, have those business collaborations, maybe come up with that next $1 million idea, who knows? You could do so many things if that's what you choose to focus on. So business relationships, very, very heavy in the future for some of you guys. Also being the mother, which goes back to nurturing and children, which is also a theme moving into the future. But like I said, prosperity. Come on now, Pentacles, money, abundance. But try to think about abundance on more levels than materialism and money. Yes, that's something that all of us are like, yeah, we could use some extra money. Everybody could use some extra money. But start thinking about abundance in another way, because in the new world, we're not focused on materialism and money. We're focused on people and relationships and love and compassion and empathy and growing together and learning together, all that stuff. So maybe start thinking about abundance from another point of view. If you're stressed out about finances, obviously you're thinking too much about it in a material way, in a financial way. So kind of shift your perspective maybe a little bit. Like this card is telling you to stop having so much anxiety and becoming bitter, then go ahead and try to shift your perspective. Figure out what works for you. Get with your soul tie connections, your team of people, sit down and have a discussion. Lean on them at this time. If they're not there for you, then they're giving you the answer right there before the new year even starts, that they may not be the people you need to take with you into the next year. Yes, everyone is heavily burdened at this time with their own stuff, but if they're your people, they'll make the time to support you. So I hope you got what you needed today. I say, as always, getting ready to get into my day, but I didn't do this yesterday, so I figured I'd come and do this today, but I'm going to go get finished with my routine and then get out into my day. I love you guys. I hope you got what you needed. I will be back this afternoon, I suppose. I love you. I say